Sam held the scissors at her neck and closed her eyes. Snip, snip. Twisted coils of sable hair fell to the floor of the inn. It's only hair, she told herself, hacking off another lock. Hair grew back, although if all went as planned, it would be ages before she'd wear long hair again. Sam turned towards the mirror and winced. The ducal court of Haywood had called Saline of Rhea an exotic butterfly, but Sam wasn't pretty and never had been. The only beauty she'd inherited from her mother was a poor imitation of her smile and her glorious mane of hair. The latter now lay on the floor in tangled snarls. Her new ear-length cut, no matter how nicely it curled, did her prominent nose no favors. Sam removed her chemise, shoving it into her small travel sack of belongings. She snatched up the band of cloth from where she'd laid it down on the straw mattress and wrapped it around her small breasts. The binding was far from comfortable, but it was bearable. She pulled on a pair of tan breeches and a loose-fitting tunic, and then faced the mirror again, doing her best to emulate a man's relaxed posture. A younger, softer version of the Duke of Haywood stared back at her. The Duke of Ice, they called him now. His heart hardened to stone by his wife's untimely death. Father and daughter shared the same intense yellow-green stare, but hers lacked his frost. "Do you even miss me, Father?" She wondered how many days had passed before the Duke had even noticed she was gone. Sam had few regrets about leaving Haywood behind. Since the day of her mother's funeral, her father had been shut off and cold to her. Rather than suffer the sting of her father's indifference or fall into a depression, Sam had used the tragedy of her mother's death to fuel her. What was once a hobby became compulsion. Sam spent every spare hour training. She practiced with a sword on foot, on horseback, against pels and training dummies, and when she could, against people.